You've truly embraced your power, evolving into something greater, an unstoppable force. This is more than a compliment, it is a testament to your inner strength and unwavering resilience. You are no longer confined by fear or hesitation. You have stepped fully into your potential, radiating a sense of calm mastery and quiet confidence that cannot be ignored. Nothing stands in your way now. You've transformed into someone whose energy is both grounding and awe-inspiring, touching those around you with a warmth that is as profound as it is gentle. Your presence emanates a serene, tranquil energy, like a soft breeze on a summer evening, that wraps around others and offers them peace in a world often riddled with chaos. This isn't just magnetism, it's healing. People are drawn to you, not just because of what you offer or accomplish, but because of the peace you embody. You are cherished not for doing, but for being. For being authentic. For being real. For showing up in your unique, unfiltered light. In a society that pressures conformity, your willingness to walk your own path has made an indelible impression. Your authenticity seeps into the soul of everyone you encounter, like ink saturating parchment, and leaves a lasting mark. In the silence of your absence, your influence still lingers. In quiet moments, when distractions fall away and the soul is laid bare, they find themselves thinking of you. Gratitude washes over them for the transformation you inspired. You helped them see parts of themselves they had long ignored. You encouraged them to face their fears, confront their pain, and begin healing their wounds. Like a mirror reflecting their truest self, you guided them not by force but by presence, calm, steady, unwavering. Now they find themselves longing for something more, something that perhaps only you could ever give them. They dream of reunion, of closing the distance that time has carved between you. They yearn to bridge that gap, to reignite the flame that once burned so brightly. Their heart, once guarded and silent, now stirs with emotion they can no longer contain. For so long, they concealed their feelings behind smiles and small talk, behind casual indifference and calculated silence. But that mask has begun to slip. Vulnerability peeks through the cracks. They are finally ready to take the risk. They know the cost of silence, of repression, and they've come to understand that some things must be said, no matter the fear. They're stepping beyond their comfort zone, shedding the armor that kept their hearts safe but hidden. They're ready to speak, really speak. To lay bare the emotions they've harbored. To finally say what they've carried within for so long. This moment, long in the making, is the culmination of your faith, your patience, your belief, not just in them, but in the divine timing of the universe. Your faith never wavered. You held space. You believed. You never gave up on the connection. That loyalty, that spiritual steadfastness, is on the verge of being rewarded. Not because you demanded anything, but because you embodied the kind of love that transforms. This isn't just about reunion. It's about redemption. It's about recognizing love's power to endure, to transcend ego and fear in silence. And now, the time has come. They're ready to initiate, to make the first move, to validate what they've always felt. The words that were once too heavy to say are rising now. The silence is cracking, breaking open like dawn breaking night. Truth is ready to surface. They're prepared to say what they could only imagine before, how deeply they love you, how profoundly they miss you, how utterly irreplaceable you are. What they're about to express is not just a confession, but a declaration of love, of remorse, of hope. They're ready to dive into the ocean of emotion, to brave the current and turbulence just to reach you on the other side. This journey, one both emotional and spiritual, they now see clearly. And they want to walk it with you, hand in hand. Since your paths first intertwined, life has been anything but smooth. There were storms, misunderstandings, painful pauses, and even moments where it felt like everything was lost. But one truth always remained: the bond between you. No matter how strong the disagreement or how long the silence stretched, you both always found yourselves drawn back to one another, like tides returning to the shore. As night falls and the noise of the world fades, there's a hunger for the comfort of each other's presence. The memory of shared laughter, late-night conversations, and quiet moments lingers like perfume in the air. You recall the texture of those memories, the way they felt, not just what was said. It's in these recollections that you realize separation hasn't severed the bond. It's merely paused the dance. You often envision a place where the world fades away and it's just the two of you. A tranquil, intimate space where no words are needed. Where laughter comes easy, where time stands still, and where love, the real, unshakable kind, is all that exists. These visions aren't just fantasies. They are spiritual nudges, reminders of the soul connection you share. And yet, despite all this love, there's been pain. You feel the shift in them now. The way they've built walls. You see it in the way they no longer meet your gaze the same way, the way their words come slower or not at all. You know you've played a part in this transformation. You understand that your absence, your silence, your choices, intentional or not, have caused pain. You don't run from that truth. You accept it. And you're willing to do the work to rebuild the bridge that time and missteps have damaged. You're here, not just waiting, but ready. Ready to fight for the love you believe in. Because this love? It's worth fighting for. And so are they. Your partner, though often quiet and composed, feels things deeply. Their silence has never been a lack of feeling, it's been the result of too much feeling. A heart that burns with so much intensity it scares them. They've always feared abandonment. It's an ancient fear, one rooted deep within them. To love you out loud, to bare their soul, feels like standing at the edge of a cliff. What if they leap and you're not there to catch them? So instead, they build walls. Hide their heart in a fortress. But even the strongest walls can't contain what grows. Their love for you has become too vast to suppress. It simmers, intensifies, spills over in unguarded moments. In a glance. A hesitation. A sigh. Their eyes, those windows to the soul, reveal the emotions they try so hard to conceal. And if you've looked closely, you've seen it, the longing, the regret, the hope. There may have been months of silence between you. A communication drought. Yet in that silence, so much has unfolded. They've been thinking, planning. Not moving on, but preparing. Meanwhile, your own distance, meant to protect your heart, has been misinterpreted. They fear you've let go. That you've started exploring other paths. That maybe you've found someone else. This fear complicates everything, turning misunderstanding into emotional quicksand. Still, beneath it all, beats the same heart that once beat in rhythm with yours. The same love. The same hope. This is a tale as old as time, two hearts lost in a maze of silence and fear, desperately trying to find their way back to each other. It's the kind of love story that's both delicate and powerful. And that's what love is, isn't it? A journey. Full of highs and lows. Storms and sunshine. Missteps and miracles. You understand that your sudden vanishing act unsettled them. It wasn't fair, and you know it. You've wrestled with the guilt. That's why you hesitate now. What can you say to make it right? How can you explain your absence without sounding like you're making excuses? The nights are hardest. That's when the loneliness creeps in. When the silence screams the loudest. When you remember what it felt like to simply be with them. To hear their voice. To laugh. To feel seen. They weren't just another person. They were light in a dark world. They were calm in the storm. You cherished their words, their insights, their ability to reflect your own journey back to you with compassion and honesty. In them, you found someone genuine, a rarity in a world filled with masks. At times, you doubted them. Questioned if their kindness was real. Projected your fears onto them. Yet, even in those moments, they held their ground. Not with aggression, but with grace. They remained true to who they were, and that left a mark. You admired that resilience, even if you couldn't say it then. It's part of why they linger in your mind, your heart. They're unforgettable. Their courage, their candor, their ability to love despite the risk, that's what sets them apart. You owe them more than an apology. You owe them the truth. That they mattered. That they still do. So now, here you are. Caught in the stillness between what was and what could be. Hoping. Regretting. Remembering. Longing. Maybe even praying. That somehow, despite everything, the universe will conspire to bring your hearts together again. Because deep down, you know the truth, some love stories are too sacred to abandon.